on Wanderers too.
There we go. Oh! I have to check my hotkeys because I probably broke them again.
Okay. Hey, there we go.
Okay, my face is here. We're good. Alright, now that I've got my standing in for the day, we are rolling in with the adventures in Silverstand. Tyr, as you are making your way downtown, walking fast to the high tree. Yes. As you're making your way to the high tree, you can see that the market, there is a few guards, and your rest of your party members are now meeting, as it looks like guards are inspecting, as well as the guy in the red sash that you saw. He's looking around, Torlock's looking around, and Marcus and Ariel have just walked in and seen.
So I'm over by the high tree.
Yeah, you got a little bit.
What do I see in front of the high tree? What?
It is an absolutely gigantic tree that when you look up, you see tree.
It's like a tree growing on a tree growing on a tree.
Oh, treeception.
Well, that's the strange thing too, is you notice there's branches, but there are definitely ways out of those branches onto this tree, and there's another house, and another house, and another. It's like, holy crap! What is this thing made of?
Tree.
Wood.
Yes.
Are there guards, sentries?
There
things
are.
like that?
There are guards at the bottom base level. There's about 5 to 6 of them. There is no way into this tree other than a ramp that goes along the edge. And that's where these things, the ramp will branch off.
Guys.
The ramp goes to a branch, which then you can get off, walk across that branch, go to that tree, and then on and on and on.
So I would like to approach, as I'm walking past, I'd just like to approach one of the guards and go, how does one get an audience with the council?
And he looks to you and he speaks to another fellow in Elvish, who then speaks to another fellow in Elvish, who then speaks to another fellow in Elvish. And then finally a guy walks up to you and he goes, "Council?"
Leader.
And he nods and he goes, "Speak to," and he does the sign and he's like, and he goes,
And I'll just start walking.
"Gotcha."
And I mean, pantomiming worked perfect. Like, yep, gotcha. And I'm just going to keep walking.
You can actually see them in the market. There's hardly anyone in the market except for these guards and your party, who one or two merchants kind of checking their goods out.
You guys.
And from 40 feet away, you hear Tyr's lovely serenade.
Oh, there he is. Say, Ariel.
Yes.
Do people drink in this town?
I mean, occasionally.
Where would we go to get said drink?
I mean, things have changed a little bit since my time here.
That's fair. It's only a couple hundred years.
You're saying this in front of everybody else?
Sure, something like that.
They don't
More
use
like
that common mostly.
200, but am I correct that at some point, somewhere in one of the districts, there's like a tavern that they may have set up for
The living
the
quarters.
refugees, or
The living quarters actually has places like that, respite places, taverns, but they're not taverns. It's more of like outside patio kind of shindig.
yeah. So
Yes.
I guess the closest you could find, you can find fine wines, things like that.
Drink is
Different.
all that matters to me.
More, yes.
Yeah, they
But
have really
again,
good
it's
specials.
200 years in the past for me, so, or for all of us. So
Okay.
those goods might not be as prevalent as they are in our time.
Still worth checking out. I need something to get along, you know.
Of course.
So
That's what I do.
you two walk up. You're now within earshot range, if not close to range, to Torlock, who is deep in inspection of all these merchant posts, storage crates, things of that.
Did you lose an earring, Torlock?
Hey, I didn't see you there, Tia.
Tyr, you can move yourself up.
We're looking for. Actually, I'm not quite sure what we're looking for, but we're looking for a delivery
Oh,
of some sort.
Pants.
And the
Anything particular about this delivery?
Other than it's something that probably shouldn't be here.
Oh, wonderful.
You mean other than us?
Was that?
You mean other than us?
Well, at this point in time, we probably belong here more than this delivery.
Okay.
Never mind, I'm not gonna. Or maybe I should have. Do I remember in any tales of any sort of mischief that happened when the refugees were here? Or
No.
is that something that... Huh?
no, there's nothing recorded about like a pox or a blight, other than the Dreadwoods always have been tainted.
Okay.
And they are still tainted in your timeline.
Okay.
So, why are we looking for a delivery?
Well, I'll tell you, I came across these two human gentlemen that were talking about some sort of delivery,
It wasn't.
and of course it wasn't you. I would have recognized you on sight. But they were talking about some sort of delivery and leaving in the middle of the night. Made the whole thing sound very, very shady. So, yeah, I thought it was worth looking into.
Fantastic. So, we're breaking open all the crates and trying to see what's in them?
Well, I don't know about breaking open all crates, but basically trying not to damage any other merchants' merchandise, so to speak.
That's no fun.
Well, tell you what, I'm going to take a walk around the market, see if I can see anything, and then I'm going to sit down over here at the corner of the market.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull out a few incense burners and some candles and stick and draw a little diagram and ritually cast detect magic.
Ah, I was waiting for it. So, I need everyone to roll me a perception other than Tyr, who is occupied.
I'm scribbling on the ground.
Yes. This is going to be a pretty high one.
I think I got it.
I think she got it. She rolls like a 33 or something on her
Oh,
perception
yes,
all
I
the time.
forgot. I completely forgot about Miss Anna. I can see everything. Oh man, my brain.
She can almost see as good as Mary does.
All right, I'm just gonna say, did anyone get higher than
26.
Look when.
That was better than mine.
You know, when you come back to the dining room, I'm just gonna put these D4s on your chair.
That was
And
better than my
that's how
Spirit
much-
Guardians look.
That's how much pain you just inflicted on me. These 5 guys sitting on that chair for you.
So I'm gonna get call traps to the butt? Is that basically what I'm understanding?
Sounds like it.
Yep.
So, did anyone else roll above a 25?
I rolled the best I could.
No.
Okay. So, while she makes you guys look like you are just sightseers, the administrator, who is a fellow wearing a purple sash,
Hoity-toity.
I'm stealing it.
Huh? Oh, it's nice too. Like it's elven.
I'm stealing it. I'm just gonna mage hand it right off him.
God. What's this going? Stop it! No. He's looking around, looking at it. Guards looking at it. These guys are bumbling around, and the cleric goes, "Huh? That's really weird. That box right there, for no apparent reason. It just looks like something is mysterious about that one box and all those crates that just looks absolutely... I don't know why. Let me just go ahead and just touch it. Oh my god, I found it!"
Quite an eye you got there, Oriel.
No, she's sorting through things, and she looks at the crate, and she opens the lid, and as she opens the lid, she catches a very quick red glimmer, and she shuts it.
Oh, crap.
That's what you did.
What was it?
My guess is it's, remember the red stuff we found? And I look at Torlock.
The spores?
Yes.
But
Oh, those things.
in this point in time?
That's what's causing the pox.
200 years ago? And I'm saying this quieter. 200 years ago.
Yes, but remember, the last time we saw it, instantly killed. It's not instantly killing now. It's causing boils and pox and things and illness, rather than just instantly killing.
That's fair.
Makes sense.
So they've been experimenting with it, his family, I'm assuming, for 200 years or more.
Refining it, testing it. I'm betting you these people are kind of a testing grounds for these buggers.
They're not putting these red spores on blankets, are they?
Yeah, horrible. You're done. Disadvantage.
Okay.
On your family.
That's fine.
I think it'd be a great idea.
No.
Well, I didn't say that.
How else would you pass it around to people?
Tyr,
Yeah.
give me
No.
an insight.
Actually, put that in.
I don't condone that, by the way. I'm just making a parallel, that's all.
It would be an 18.
Tyr goes, light bulb, Feywilds, gardens, red glimmering dust, and then... Do you say that out loud?
Not yet, because I'm
Okay.
still waiting to see if my detect magic does me any good.
Gotcha. Just
I
a
don't
moment on
think
that
so,
one.
Axel.
Probably not Axel.
It dings in your head like, oh, wait, whoa, hey, wait a minute. I was just in a place that has full of life, and those red spores.
Put that on the back burner, finish this, bring
Yeah.
that back out.
But yeah, I mean,
Again.
this is a place of nature, and if those red spores were to get out, well, they're not red spores. They're not spores exactly. They're this red, glittery kind of.
Powder dust.
It's not a
something.
spore. It's more of a wet kind of thing. Flake. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for.
Flake? Gotcha.
Yes. It would definitely pretty much infect everything in Silverstand, and that would be the end of it.
Fantastic.
I mean, I'm just speculating. That's from a very cursory glance. That's what I'm guessing is happening, because that's what's happening to the people that we helped in the ward.
So.
Oh, your detect magic finally went off.
Ah, wonderful.
Hmm?
And I'd like to look around and see if
So it's how many feet again?
30 feet from where I'm standing, and I am going to be wandering about.
Gotcha. So it's 10-minute duration, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. You notice that, of course, nature itself definitely seems to be strangely affected here. Like you're,
So there's a soft glow from pretty much all.
yeah,
of
you're
them.
just like, this is the best LSD trip I've ever been on. However,
No, the best LSD trip I was on was in that one place where I looked over the edge.
oh, that's right.
It's funny you should mention that. I'm defining that right now.
But when you kind of peek over to where the market administrator place is, where all the crates and most things are stored, and this is just kind of like the where goods have been approved, you notice that, wow, there's something really shiny over there in a certain box.
Okay, now if I look at that box that's going there, and I look at the box that Ariel said is bad, do they both contain the same glow?
Nope.
Okay, so I will make my way over to the glowy box. What type of magic is it?
Hi, Speedy.
It feels
Hola, Speedy.
Hey, Speedy.
a naturey. I'm sorry if I have this put this way. It's
Conjuration, transmutation, evocation, abjuration, necromancy.
conjuration.
Alteration, enchantment.
Right.
Wait, no.
Conjuration.
Oh no,
is something
sorry,
different.
enchantment. Definitely enchantment.
Okay.
Enchantment!
Okay. I was just trying to get his. It's of enchantment nature, so
Yes.
it's making something interesting. So I'm gonna go over there, and I'm gonna look at the box. Is there anything particular about this box?
It is sealed, but the glow is so brilliant from the crate. It's just like
Right. Are there
Oof.
any markings on it, labels, whatnot?
the same insignia that is on the purple stash. Oh my god, sash of the guy that's the administrator is on the box.
Wonderful. Is it buried? Is it easily accessible?
You would feel that if you would open this crate.
No. Is the crate itself?
Oh no,
accessible
it's
to
out. It's out. It's
Oh.
a crate.
I'm gonna pick it up.
It's very heavy.
Okay, I'm gonna drag it.
The administrator is going to look at you and go, "Could I help
Sure, you wanna pick up the other end?
you? What are you doing with my crate?"
Well, I'm looking for things that are around here that are not as they seem, and this is not what it seems.
Yes, that is where we keep our magical goods.
Right. Right.
Inspected by me,
Magical goods.
that are for our soldiers.
Wonderful. Now, if I might propose a theory to you, he is speaking common.
Oh yes,
Okay.
and this tone.
Right.
Oh.
He's got-
Hoity-toity.
If I might propose a theory to you, we have this crate here that's got a bunch of poison in it, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It is well known that your mark in this area, and somebody wants to cause severe mischief, what better way? I'm looking to inspect this to make sure that it hasn't been compromised.
That particular crate was just looked at this morning.
Right.
There has been no one in my office or near that area, except for me.
Have you been here the entire time since this morning to guarantee that?
Yes.
Oh, fair enough.
And he looks and he goes, "I thank you for your..."
And I will just start pushing it
Civic
back.
duty?
Yes, he's like, I thank you for that, but don't worry, those matters are taken care of.
And I will
This
start
crate,
pushing it
and
back.
then he looks and he goes, "This crate, however, I do not know how it got here. With
Right.
my guards patrolling this area, and I have not given the stamp for it." And then you notice that on each of the crates, there's this little purple stamp just right up in the upper corner.
Well, if we find out who delivered it, we might be able to track down the people that are responsible.
He nods and he goes, "Well, there was 2 humans, and we escorted them to our..." And he pauses when he says this, and he goes, "Prison."
Now let me ask you another question.
Mm.
Would, and I'm not saying this because I'm taking offense to it, just because I want to understand the process here, would 2 stray humans be allowed to come in here unattended and drop a box off?
Not to drop a box off, they would have to come to see me first. The guards would have noticed that they had goods, and which they would have come to me. However, I am not here all the time, but I have not seen anyone do that, so that crate must have been delivered at a time in which I was not present, and maybe a guard.
So your men might need to be looked at too.
And he nods and he goes, and I do believe we have someone here who has a particular set of skills. And he looks...
Liam Neeson?
He doesn't look at you. He looks over at Torlock. And he goes, it seems you are a bit of a... And he kind of finds the word and he goes, insurer of that?
But, sir, I do want to point one other thing out. I can really sell this.
And he goes, I did notice your eyes. You're not cursed in any way, are you?
Not in any noticeable way that we have to concern ourselves with. This was just a magical mishap.
And he goes,
AKA a curse.
you haven't been to the Wicker Goat, have you? No.
That was 200 years in the future. I have things you don't even know about yet.
But anyway, he goes, uh-oh.
That one took me a second.
Oh, look at the kitty.
What, there's a cat?
Ariel's got a cat.
Oh!
Kitty!
It's a black kitty. My
Yes,
favorite
there's
kind of
two of
kitties. I'm super allergic to cats, but I do like black cats. I can't even go over to someone's
Oh,
house.
there are 2 of them.
I just see one. Oh, now I see 2.
I saw half a second, yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
I see cat butt and cat face.
Yep.
Together
Hello, White Cougar. Glad to see you here.
Hello.
Hey, wait, Cougar.
Oh, okay. I just had a thought there, and I definitely didn't need to be discussed on a stream. Sorry. The administrator goes, I was more pointed along the lines of, and he points to Torlock about the insurer of things, since you found the 2 humans. And he looks up to the guard.
Duke heard something.
Oh, okay.
See, it sounds like a death scream.
Yeah.
That's him talking. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go tell him to be quiet.
The guard captain, the guy with the red sash, he goes, well, I wouldn't mind getting a hand on seeing if these humans will discuss where this happened. But now we need to figure out how to move this crate safely out of Silverstand.
What? Why? What needs to, like, is it threatened?
Well, he goes, you said that this substance kills anything it touches, and it may be the cause of our
It
our
might be
rocks.
the baseline for a substance that can potentially become more fatal than it currently is right now.
And he kind of...
It has the capacity to evolve.
Okay.
Is this? Are we still talking to the guy with the red sash?
Yes.
Is
he's
he
on the-
still? Or are we talking to the guy with the purple sash?
I don't know who Patient Zero is.
Yeah, me either. You're talking about Marcus and his STDs that he doesn't know about yet.
Midnight! Hurry!
Sorry, the cats were getting to a place where they shouldn't have been.
Well, he goes, well, particularly, I saw how quickly you opened that crate, and then as soon as you saw it, you closed it. You don't think this crate is rigged to explode or anything, do you?
I don't think so, but
I don't believe so either.
that I know of, the spores were an airborne that I remember, and it's possible that these aren't the same thing, but I would rather not take chances that are unnecessary.
Do we happen to notice? Excuse me. Do we happen to notice any purple stones nearby?
Pebblers of stones, you said?
Yeah, purple stones like the ones that were in the
Oh, yeah.
mansion.
I mean, this like I said, it's very nature. You can find pebbles, stones,
Perfect. stone.
Oh,
No,
purple
I mean,
stones.
yeah, the purple stones. Yeah, yeah.
Purple stones. Purple stones. My brain's getting
From the
foggy.
mansion.
Do you
They,
remember when
they
I
had
said
to
there
do
were
with
ducks? That's what you
the
said.
spores situation.
I honestly don't remember about the purple stones. My
That's what
brain's
you
kind of
guys
like
call
just.
it. That's the big stone tower in the middle of the forest.
It's your world, Synnal. What do you
I
mean?
know. I don't remember the purple stones. I don't know what. I remember the vials.
Notes.
Unfortunately, I accidentally deleted the document that has almost all of my notes of Ghosts of Saltmarsh on
I
it.
know that feeling.
Ouch.
I know that feeling.
I feel for you.
Everything, like everything from up to the time skip, or time is gone.
Oh,
Like, SOL.
oh, gotcha. Yeah, well, there were purple stones that were used or that were there surrounding the red dust.
I honestly can't remember. I'm sorry.
No,
But
it's all good.
we're just gonna say that the purple stones. There are no purple stones.
Okay,
Sorry.
fair enough.
Sorry. Bad DM is bad DM, but also bad DM forgot to hit Control S.
It's all good.
I was
Don't you use Google Docs?
no.
What do you use?
No, Axel, we don't want Marcus to be patient
Use
zero.
Google Docs.
Yes, I know. Trust me, when when it's loaded up, I was. Remember that one day I was mad and you couldn't remember why I
That
was.
one day you were mad.
Yeah, okay, that's true. That's
Okay.
True.
I was like, did you hear yourself?
Hello, Karmar Arum. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Arm?
How's it
Aaron,
going, my
Aaron.
friends? You actually know that person, Aaron.
Okay.
So, no, there are no purple stones or nothing. There doesn't seem to be a tripwire or anything on the outside of this box. Just knows that when she opened the crate, that just the shaking of the crate and opening the lid, like a couple flakes kind of were like, and then she like closed it real quick. And the crate wasn't sealed, it was just like lid open, call it good.
Is there a way of creating some sort of tier? Do you have anything that would create some sort of magical barrier around it so that it would keep everything in place while we move it? Or
Thank you, Alicia Diamond 2, for the follow.
Thank you, Alicia.
Do you have anything that does that tier?
Magical protectorant.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look through my book.
otherwise, we could find some sort of a satchel, big enough a bag to big enough to put this in, so that it keeps it a second layer of protection to keep it inside of the crate as well.
Do you have any lead boxes big enough to contain this?
Well, the administrator pops in and he goes, "We do have bigger storage crates, which we could stick this one into."
That would work.
And he goes,
I would line it with a canvas bag before I stick it in.
and he goes like, I just hope that there's nothing inside the crate that isn't going to forcibly explode it to where it would. He goes,
Is
because
there
he's thinking along the lines of, he goes, because oddly enough, someone would open this crate, and yes, they may get sick, but unless it's distributed out, if you say it's airborne.
What's with the crates around him? Is that spices and whatnot? Because that's what those gentlemen were trying to pass it off as.
He goes, yes, we do get traders in here. Some of our kind do like the spices that come out of Saltmarsh. But there is also crops, and such as like grain, there's flour, there's fruits. Fruits don't last long, unfortunately, without some help to keep them fresh, but we try to get those in quickly. Like through inspection quickly. Other things like material goods and whatnot, we would take our time with if we didn't have the manpower to look through them.
Of course.
I can indeed transport this safely to any location that we want.
Oh, and the administrator is like, "Well, do go on."
I would need one of your at least one of your craftsmen.
And He goes, the craftsman's nook right over there. There's anything that you can
How
find.
big is the crate?
We'll
Crate
say
Scott.
this table, like
It might be a little bit bigger than. When you looked inside the crate, Oriel, was there airspace between the lid and the powder?
Yes, there was. The crate was maybe what, 3/4 full, maybe. Synnal?
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so as I opened it, some flakes started lifting up. That's why I closed it so quickly. I didn't want anything to escape.
Fantastic. There is one small quirk about this as I'm looking at the administrator.
He seems completely intrigued by you, just like
It's going to cost about 5,000 gold.
and he goes,
But the guarantee that it can be transported to any location safely.
he looks at you and he goes, there's no one in this town nor our treasury where we would have that much gold.
Not actual gold. We need rare materials
The
to
value.
the equivalent of 5,000 gold.
And he kind of just like, and he looks over to that that crate, and he's like, "Do gems count?"
How about rare wood?
Oh, we do have elven wood.
5,000 gold value worth.
And he just he looks at you and he goes, "You do know where you're at, right?"
Right, but I don't know the trade currency of this times the wild magic wood.
If we can do some of the elven wood and do some gem inlays, we can hit that 5,000 mark.
And he goes, "It seems so odd that you would need monetary value to cast a spell. Is it, what is this?"
This is a spell that will allow me to put that, the contents of that, into the ethereal plane for about 60 days. And at any given point in time, at any place in the world, I can retrieve it so that we can guarantee that it is not here when that happens.
Oh, well, I would say that would solve our problems quite well. And
Also, out of curiosity, my group there, do we have anybody that can detect diseases or poisons?
That's what she was good for.
I can cure them. I can determine if someone is poisoned, but I can't really determine if something is a poison.
Oh,
I mean, you know,
So-
I'm a medic, not a alchemist. Can you do that?
Okay, so let's go off practicality here. You can heal very well, including restoration, correct?
Yeah.
What if I put my hand in there and we see what happens?
But I can't do lesser restoration until I rest. So, I don't know if lesser restoration would actually cure this poison that they're inflicted with. We don't know this because I haven't tried it yet. But I'm visibly, you'll see that I'm visibly exhausted a little bit from all the healing I did in the thing. So
Right, and time is sort of a factor.
I don't think I can elevate it to a 3rd level spell.
And the administrator chimes in and he was like, "If materials you need of that much value, we can ask the caretaker for help, and she can probably provide."
Oh, the caretaker. She's a lovely lady.
And he
She and
looks,
I had quite the conversation.
"Oh," and he looks at you and he goes, "She was curious about your eyes, wasn't she?"
No, she just wanted to say hi.
"Oh."
She didn't say anything about my eyes until a short while into the conversation.
He goes, "She likes peculiar things."
I took note of that. She also asked a favor, but we'll get to that in a minute.
And he goes, "I would
Question
say if you
for
could,
someone.
if you could give me about an hour or so, I could probably get the materials ready for you if you're prepared to do it."
I All you have to do is build me a chest
Oh, we have chests already made.
worth 5,000 gold.
No, that would take longer. I can probably
That's-
get the craftsman to work on
That's what we
something.
need. We need a chest built that has those gem inlays at the equivalent of 5,000 gold worth of materials. We'll need a way to transport this powder into that chest safely, and then it will be gone.
And he goes, if I remember correctly, from what the guard had told me on his way back from escorting those two humans, that he had been relayed the information that they were going to leave by night.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks up to the sky, and now you realize that it's almost dusk.
Let me see. I might have a different idea.
And he goes, we could simply try to put this in a different crate and hope that it does not detonate, if there's any nature of that, but I'm still perplexed why they would make or put a crate 3/4 of the way full.
Oh.
I have an idea.
Oh,
Alright.
okay. Go ahead.
You remember those two that were a little suspicious and talking about the delivery?
Yes. We were just the administrator was just talking about him.
The ones who brought it in here.
Yes.
Right,
But you
they would
assume
have
they
the
brought-
best probably means of taking it out without it exploding on them. At least if they want to live, of course.
Alright. I kind of like his idea better than the other one.
Also, if they were trying to leave by nightfall, and they're still here, isn't that a bit of a inconvenience for them if they were planning on leaving? Wouldn't they up their reason for helping if they were still stuck here when they didn't want to be?
Also, we can determine whether or not they're guilty by just having them in proximity of the crate.
Torlock with the freaking just home run.
And Perry Mason is here.
Yes. The administrator immediately goes from a look of intrigue to, I like your style. And so he goes to a guard, speaks in Elvish, and the guard nods, and he starts running for the high tree.
Also, maybe we should start clearing this area, just in case
What does the terrain look like?
we need to.
So the market is kind of like flat, but it has grass. It's not like,
Thank you, Speedy.
yeah, it's almost like you're walking in someone's yard, with where the stands are at. There's kind of,
If I put a giant spherical object on the ground, would it be easily pushed?
should be fine.
Perfect. I'd like to spend an hour rewriting a spell in my book.
Okay. What spell is that?
Old Luke's Resilient Sphere.
Okay, that actually sounds. I know where you're probably going with this. If you want to help clear the area, I'm sure the guards are. They can probably take care of it and whatnot. But
I will explain it to him. If you guys can clear me a path from here to out the main gate that has no resistance to a spherical object, in an hour we can get this outside the gates, and your little compatriots that you're grabbing right now can finish the job.
He goes, again, I want this out of here as quick as possible, if you say what it is. So, about, you're preparing the spell.
Yep.
I assume everyone's going to try to help get everyone out of the area, make sure no one comes in, kind of
Yes.
guard it off.
Yep.
Goods and people and stands if they're not permanent type of thing.
Parade the markers.
Huh?
Parade markers.
Yeah, grid markers. Like there's a few people like the craftsmen. It looks like they're wandering out, and it seems like with the nighttime coming, they're kind of they're done for the day. So they start heading towards the market, and everyone's just like, "What's going on?" Because it's not only just elven guards; it's also humans and elves and it's everyone. So 15 minutes pass, And the elven guard comes with another 2 other guards with the 2 humans who are bound in these vines. And
Pulling Andre the Giant. Everybody move!
these 2 humans aren't exactly stellar looking now. They look like they have been beaten by blunt objects that would leave vine-like kind of whips, like bruises on them.
Oh well.
So
And
did they reveal anything to you, to the guard in Elvish?
the guard shakes his head and he goes, "They are quite resilient." But as they are walking towards the crate, they don't want to go anywhere near.
Bring them closer.
I
And
guess
they
that
are-
answers that question now, didn't it?
As they're walking closer, they are literally digging their heels into the ground.
Gentlemen, you have a choice. You can either assist me, or we'll let them finish what they started, but ask them to take their time.
And the 2, probably an intimidation, just for craps and giggles.
You kidding me?
Nope. I rolled a grand total of 4.
Wow.
They look at you and they go,
I'm not being intimidating, though. I'm just stating
yeah.
it.
They're just like, "We'll take our chances with the vines."
Well, how about this? I got something a little bit more poignant for you. Either you help us out, or you get to test whatever's in that box.
Now that, on the other hand, give me an intimidation with advantage.
With advantage? You want to? Okay.
He rolled a nat 20.
Oh, okay, don't worry about it. You're good. We're just gonna call it good. So the guys immediately were just like, "Yeah, there's nothing about that crate that we want any business of."
Alright, so here's the plan.
Why is that?
And they kind of look and they just go, "In fact, we should all clear out of here.
Really? Why is that?
Why is that?
We should clear out of here now."
I'm going to activate the ring that I'm wearing. Who is the crate from?
And he goes, "We need to leave now." And
I hear you, but
We're not leaving until you
I
tell
draw
us.
my rapier and I point the pin of the needle at his throat. We'll leave with answers.
he
And I'm intimidating also.
And so he looks at you and he goes, "If we don't leave here in the next few minutes, we are all going to die.
Time to start talking then.
yep.
We need to start running.
Time to start talking then.
It's going to explode."
Great. Who sent it?
And he's now like, he doesn't want to answer you, but he wants to go.
You're not going anywhere. Answer the question.
We're all going to die.
Okay, fine.
We're all going to die.
From who?
Great.
Please, we're all going to die. And that's, he keeps repeating, like he's now running into the guards like, "You need to move, we're all going to die." And he's making a huge commotion about this.
Oh, there's a fireball.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. If I roll a 20 right now, I want you to verify that I rolled a 20.
We believe
You
you.
don't have to verify it.
Who's got saving throws tonight?
That's alright. I still have my answer. You're exactly what I was going to do.
I'm going to tweet this real quick, if you don't mind.
I got a good thing to say.
Well, I rolled a 20 on my deck save.
That's a good thing,
Me
because
too.
you have to be a 15.
Okay, 15 is what but we have to keep. What? Did you roll another nat 20?
I did.
Oh my god.
So,
Why? Why couldn't that have been in combat?
I
out
don't
of
know.
this, out of the piercing darkness.
Am I patient 0, Axel? You never explained.
Oh yeah.
As you're saying this,
Mm-hmm.
as you're explaining this, is this something I can visually see happening?
There is how long? Oh, no, it's been 10 minutes. No, it's been longer than 10 minutes because they had to go get the guards.
No, no,
in.
no. Can I see the fireball happening?
It's gonna be too quick. Can you do something within 6 seconds of going, like, because you're
Yes,
you're
my
focused.
action is 6 seconds.
Okay. You're actively looking at these guys and you are talking to them when this happens. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say, as a DM, no.
Okay.
So, out of
There's no cartoony whistling noise.
no, it's
Nothing
out
can
of
be done to the crate.
darkness that is coming with
Like, while we're
night.
talking to them.
A sound happens right before it comes crashing down, right where the crate is.
Is that right?
That's alright.
That's a good thing.
Sure.
Yes.
It might burn it all up.
But my secondary action will help out.
So, everyone who is in the immediate area, please roll a dex save
We did.
for fireball.
Got it.
We all
Yep.
said.
Everyone's above 15.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me commence the dice rolling.
Even with Axel's 14, which is better than my die roll.
Fireball is 68 or 60. No, wait. 86. 86.
86.
Let me grab one more dice just to make things a little bit easier for me because math is hard today for some reason.
Math is always hard, especially when you're the DM.
It's my day off, so it's I stare at numbers all night long.
I mean, you can be eloquent and quick with your numbers here, but the moment you get behind that screen, it's like, dirt,
Oh, yeah.
1 + 1 is 12.
And then you say things like Norst.
No,
Oh dear God, that's
Maximum.
closer.
that was almost maximum. It was 6665,
The fireball can't kill us.
No, the lowest it can do is
The
minus
red
the one.
stuff might, but the fireball
and
can't.
that is another 66 and a 55. Out of 8 dice, I rolled
6 sixes.
6
And
sixes
2 fours.
and 2 fives.
46.
So 46.
Yep, 46. If you didn't make the save, 46. If you
23.
23.
everyone takes 23 points of fire damage.
You all have 12 temps, so technically it's me.
11.
12.
Right, but if you save us 12, that's just 11 straight.
Yeah, you take 11 if you haven't taken your temp yet.
Yes, you take 11
So-
damage.
Everyone, as they said. Also, the fireball causes the crate to erupt.
And immediately,
Mhm.
I cast the resilient sphere around it.
Okay.
Real
It
quick,
takes an hour
DM.
to cast that spell.
No, it takes an hour to put it into my spell book. It takes an action to cast.
Okay, it's been less than an hour. You did not get it in your spellbook in time. It has only been 15 minutes since they went and got the
Then I
guard.
wouldn't have had any of the conversation I had or anything because I need to concentrate on doing the spell book.
No.
Gotcha. So unfortunately, I'm going to redact that. My bad. It hasn't been more than an hour since you've.
Okay,
Devised
you
your
made
plan.
it sound like it had been.
Sorry, my bad.
I
Real,
thought you said it had
My
been
bad,
15
DM bad.
minutes, not 15.
Yeah.
real quick, DM.
Yes.
This pendant of. I have a question mark on it because it's we didn't determine whether or not it was actually a pendant of fire resist or amulet of fire resist that I have on me. Is that actually what I have, or?
When you get hit with this fireball,
Mhm.
you notice the damage that other people have taken is significantly less. You take
Okay.
half of that fire damage. But when that happens, the pendant cracks and breaks apart.
Ah, okay.
One time use.
Gotcha.
I would like to try a rule of cool type deal.
Okay. Now, once again, this fireball did come down out of nowhere. You got hit
So-
by it.
I'm
so-
talking about as the red stuff erupts.
Okay.
I would like to get a little bit closer to it
Oh, you're close.
closer and try to get. So there's no one within 15 feet of me.
Gotcha.
What was the damage that we technically took?
And I would like to thunder wave and try to push it all around us.
Like outward?
It's a 15-foot around me. So
Oof.
here's what I'm saying. So if the party's here and the crate's here, just FYI, and I'm here. No one gets hit by my thunder wave, but if the stuff's coming this way, I want to thunder wave it
So
backwards. Try to push the air currents around me.
how I kind of foresaw it was that you guys were, other than Tyr, who was trying to like get the spell book going.
Let's pretend this spot on the map is the box.
Yeah. There. It's right there on the spot. Okay. Everyone was around the market to keep away people from going into the market.
Okay, so
Like you weren't
Okay,
around. So
even if I can't get close enough to not hurt my friends, I'm still going to try it.
Gotcha.
Just push them backwards. But when I see the instant it starts to explode from the box, I'm going to try to thunder wave in the sense of I'm pushing the air around me
so
to try
basically
to,
get here and push it all that way.
or at least just deflect it over us or something. I'm trying to excite the air around us.
okay. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to roll me a percentile. And if you get above a 70 or higher, you're quick enough to do this.
93.
You are quick enough to do this.
Okay.
Wow.
That was a good rule of cool.
Yes.
Nice job.
Thank you.
So you just it hits. Everyone gets hit by this wave, and you're just
I kind of slide in and cast Thunder Wave to try to push the air around.
Yes. So you try to do your airbender best move.
Basically airbending, yeah.
Yes. I'm going to roll percentile.
A wave of thunderous force.
Okay.
Which is going to excite the air around
That's what I'm trying to do, yeah.
Yes. I rolled a 9.
you. Yeah.
So what that means is you win,
Yes!
and most of
Fine.
the flakes that come out of this fly off in that general direction. Like it
Like
goes.
this way.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say, let's put it on a 60-degree angle. Yes, that way.
Okay.
How much is going up in smoke because of fire?
A good portion of it. But there was some that did escape,
Fine. I'm just trying to mitigate.
and it is going to head and waft over towards the market administrator area.
Right.
So is now there's you see
Save
some
everybody.
particulates go and just fall. They don't seem to disperse. They don't seem to center. They hit, and it's
This is how I become a local legend.
nope. That is true.
200 years from now.
And you notice that when these things, they have that red kind of sheen to them and whatnot. And you give it, like, everyone's like, oh.
And then,
Yeah, okay, I'm going to stand back up now because my legs are starting to hurt.
not from there, from there.
There we go. There we go. You notice that the red kind of flakes and whatnot, they start almost turning like liquid, and they just kind of start spreading out, and whatever surface they're on, they're running down. Now there's hundreds of these flakes, and so it's just, it almost looks like blood is being drawn down in this.
Blood rain.
Almost. No, not blood rain.
Well, not that blood rain here. I'm
Yes.
talking about divinity.
Now,
blood rain.
the Thunderwave flakes that you were able to disperse and whatnot, they are hitting nature over on that side.
Fine.
And when you notice that they start turning into this kind of strange liquidy state, everything is starting to die. When it touches things that are not like metal and whatnot, it seems to be fine.
Inorganic.
Inorganic, yes. But wooden crates and whatnot, they're starting to dissolve.
I grab one of the humans and I grab him by the collar if I can. What now?
So about the humans that were in the marketplace where the fireball went off.
Well, talk about the ones that we had captured.
They're dead.
Okay.
Both of them, in fact.
So that all 4 guards with them are dead too?
Three of them were able to make the save, and they're hurt. Like, they are burnt, crispy, elven jerky. One of the guards did not make the save, and he did die. The administrator made the save. He's pretty hurt. The captain made the save. He's fine.
I'm going to try to drag these folks out of the way as best as possible.
Yeah, and the people who are like the elven jerky, they are screaming because they are second, third degree burns. They are in extreme pain.
Better them in pain than death.
Yes. Now, as this is all happening, of course, that's drawing a crowd. So the people in the living quarter are starting to run over and see what's going on, and that is when you see a golden yellowy light start making its way down the path, and a certain female of Tyr's description, and she takes her hand and she does like this.
But please hold on 1 second. Can I at least explain a little bit before you go in?
And she goes, "I already know."
How?
Then you'll have to explain it to us.
And she nods, and you part your way, and she immediately starts doing some weird incantation with some type of dance and ritual. And as this is happening...
Take notes, Ariel.
Yes. Well, as this is happening, wind that was definitely not there is starting to be conjured. There is a sense of calm and tranquility. Huh?
She's a storm sorceress.
The fires that have started in the forest, she is trying to put the fires out as best she can. You feel this strange calming and tranquil sensation as a rain cloud erupts over your head, and it just starts pouring in the area.
Yep, that was right.
She's not even caring about anything else other than get the nature under control, get the fires under control, whatever.
Yep.
And when she turns and she looks and sees that what's happening to the plant life over there and what's happening to the crates and whatnot that's in there, her face goes from a look of, tranquility, trying to get things, and it is just rage. She feels absolutely nothing but rage, and then the rain starts pounding you.
Ow. I take my shield.
Yes, it's...
Yeah, I'm under my shield.
The winds are starting to howl. Her temper, oh my god, her temper has changed what she's doing. She is just absolutely enraged, and she starts yelling and screaming. And as this happens, the rain cloud above your head is starting to darken, and there is starting to become
wounded people here, lass. You may want to calm down.
I've got a metal shield over my head.
I'm going to put my hand on her shoulder. Please, there are innocents here.
Roll me persuasion.
That was a decent one. Persuasion, that would be a 17.
Hey, Colonel Wolf.
Colonel Wolf.
Hey, Colonel Wolf.
You see a momentary glimpse of just what would just be, think 9, except for a horse that just died in front of 9, or her love. And as that happens, it actually starts to hail a little bit before
I know elves are not capable of being put to sleep magically, but I can't remember charming either. Resistant to charm, but it could still happen.
But hang on. So as the hand hits her shoulder and whatnot, and you see it, she looks at you, and the rage is there. But then when you say that, she goes, and her breath is almost arctic on you.
That's a neat trick.
And she kind of winds down. The rains that were almost like a monsoon and the winds that were almost like a monsoon, it just calms down. There is no sight of fire, but
Well, at least the fire's out.
the red shimmers and flakes, all of them seem to have been washed away, but there has been significant damage to the plant life over where the spores were dispersed, and the crates that were in the administrator office, or not the office, but like the outside, are pretty ruined. There was hardly any metal other than weapons and whatnot in there. And she looks at you and she goes, I sensed nature screaming. I sensed pain. I sensed death. That is what I meant.
And I was going to warn you not to get too close, or you would wind up like that.
And she nods, and she goes. She looks down and she sees the two charred humans, and then she sees the other elves. And
did they have to sign in anywhere? Do we know where they came from?
Are you talking to the administrator?
Well, yeah, just kind of in general. Now that
he's too much in pain right now to answer you.
Healing word.
I was gonna say,
help.
I would like to go heal people.
Yes, you got the elven jerky and the administrator are pretty banged up.
I do 6 points of healing to.
I was gonna say, I'll go to the one he's not healing then.
Okay.
I know you're in pain right now, and I say healing word, but where did those two come from?
And he goes, we do not keep track of all the refugees, and he's
they were
shaking.
refugees, and they brought the crate in here.
And he goes, they signed in as merchants. If we don't sign people in. We trust in good faith they are here on good faith.
Look what that got you.
And when you say that, he actually looks at it as a fierce look of scorn at you.
I'm sorry.
But you can tell mostly it's pain and almost a sense of failure on his part. The elven jerkies, how much did you heal him for?
Sorry, I was looking it up.
That's what I hate to
couldn't
call them.
remember.
That's what they look like.
Victims of murder.
14.
Oh, 14?
Yep.
Okay, they're not so elven jerky anymore. They're more of like
Bacon.
yeah, bacon.
Uncooked bacon.
And then figure out a way of transporting them to the district, or the ward, the tree.
That you don't have to worry about, as a familiar sight known as your mother,
Yeah.
as well as the elderly woman that was assisting her. They are down here, and there are people from the living quarters, other elves, are already down there trying to grab them and bring them up to almost considered the ward of the city.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be trying to help them with that as well.
Yeah. The elven guards have pretty much all assembled that are in Silver's stand. They've all assembled to keep the people in the living quarters at bay, and they are barking orders that anyone not of elven kind needs to, best way to put it, quarantine themselves back in the living quarter, and all will be questioned.
Great.
Are they doing that to Marcus and Tyr and Torlock at all, or
I'm sorry?
are they doing that to Marcus, Tyr, or Torlock at all?
No, they seem to be just the people that were, maybe they were at
The gawkers, the onlookers.
or at home. They're trying to get order pretty much, and they're going, and there's a lot of guards now. Probably easily 30 to 40 of them. Where
Too
you
soon,
saw
Axel.
very
Too soon.
yeah, where there was what did he say? Quarantine.
He said quarantine. We've been preparing half the year for this.
Yes. Where you saw maybe like 8, 9 guards through the entire town, there's now 40.
Would you say they came out of the woodwork?
Yes. That's probably the good way of putting it too. Also,
You're proud? Okay.
Also, you notice that with the caretaker, there are a couple of treants down the way. They haven't left the Fig Pond just yet, but they're big bulky guys just staring. This very somber look of, touch her, I dare you.
Oh, bodyguards for the beautiful lady that came.
Yeah.
Once she has seen that the fires are out, and now that she's had a time to like calm down, you can see she is weeping, and she's taking your advice. She's kind of waiting there, but it's just the plant life is dying, disintegrating, dead.
Is there a suit like special where the red flakes hit something and burn something? Now that they're put out, does it create like a dark suit, or is there a remnant of it?
There is a red, very light diluted puddle kind of looking.
No. The stuff that went up in flames.
Oh,
Does
gotcha.
it leave soot and ash?
No, it's gone. It's crispy. It's done.
Okay, so there's not a distinct difference between stuff that burned and stuff that got flakes on it.
Correct.
Okay, so I couldn't go pick up the flecks of burnt specks.
No.
Okay.
Now all the rain and everything, and the wind went up. There is some puddles that have that kind of the red hint to it, but it doesn't seem like it's doing anything now.
Torlock, do you have any empty vials still?
I believe I do.
Why don't you scoop up some of that red water?
See if it's similar.
Will do.
Now, as you're doing that, the caretaker does look at you, and she goes, "What is your plans for that?"
We've been
See if we can't
studying.
neutralize it.
And she looks at you. And she goes,
There's no easy way to say this, but we've heard stories of this before.
She looks at you and she goes,
I'm
"Are
going
these your
to-
friends?"
Yeah, let's go for a walk real quick.
All of us. The 4 of us plus her.
No,
I would like to come.
Nope, I'm just gonna take her. I'm gonna take her for a quick walk back to the garden. I will be right back.
You can have
Okay,
the vial
before
if you
you
want.
before you leave, I would like to whisper. What?
Ariel's trying to say something to you.
What was that?
I was just gonna say before you leave, I would like to whisper in your ear, tell her everything,
Gotcha.
and then walk away.
Also let her know I'm just trying to neutralize it.
I'm gonna
This
grab her
stuff's
by the-
way
I'm gonna
too
grab her by-
volatile to be used as a weapon.
Yeah,
I assure you, our intentions are good.
I'm gonna grab her by the hand and walk with her, but with that slight push her by the elbow in my elbow type thing,
Gotcha.
and start going towards the garden.
When you do that, she actually just like doesn't want to touch you, but she goes, "I will hear you." And
Please walk with me. And as we go that direction, I am going to explain to her
We are
I
travelers
come
with
from
time and
200
space.
years in the future.
okay, so I'm gonna let you give like the kind of like the backlog of what's happening
That's
as you're
where I
walking
was
away.
going with this.
Meanwhile, scene cut. Most of the guards have been taken care of now. They are being thrown to the ward.
More injured Ariel.
Yes, more injured. Have fun. And she's like, "I'm
I
spent."
can't do anything until morning. I'm
That's
so
fine.
tired.
I have a few more words left, but then I'm out.
And you're not good with
The administrator is refusing to leave the market. He goes, "I will not let this happen again." He goes, "You will treat me here." He is very strict and stern about this.
I give him another healing word.
I was
Well-
gonna say,
Oh yeah, go ahead. That'd be great.
6.
Oh, okay. He's actually almost fully healed now. He's like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and then Marcus is just like, "Shut up."
I actually can do word about 4 more times with higher level slots.
That was Belix's method of healing. Oh, you're shut up. Go back to work. Oh, sorry.
it. You're a good man.
Oh, gotcha.
Pat, pat, pat.
Yeah, the administrator's like talking and whatnot, and his wounds are like, and he's like, "You're handy."
And I'm playing the lute to do my healing word.
Gotcha. He goes, "I will not rest until I find out who brought these here." And
What-
he,
Before you run off
It
here,
was
I'm being
them.
silly. I'm walking away.
It was them.
and he looks at you and he goes, "Which guards allowed them?"
Thank you, Johnson.
Fine.
And the guard captain, he nods at the administrator and he goes, I will personally interrogate all of my guards who were on duty.
Might I ask a favor of you?
Go ahead, Torlak.
Being that my alchemist kit has probably been depleted along the way, do you have some place where I can start testing these things and doing some ascertaining as to what is necessary to make sure these things never exist again?
Our alchemists and herbalists operate in the craftsman's nook.
Thank you, Spooky.
The
Thank you,
herbs that
Spooky.
Thank you, Spooky.
Yeah, the herbs we prepare. Oh my God. Are gathered in the Fey Garden and then brought over to the craftsman's nook. But they are always brought by guard.
I'm going
I'd like to borrow some of them to help with this.
I'm going to whisper to Ariel just so that only she can hear me. And I ask Ariel, was there a disaster here 200 years ago?
It was never recorded. Nothing of this manner ever was in our history, but...
You can see me, I'm scratching my chin, so... Did we just alter history?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we altered history as soon as we walked into... And this is at a whisper, I'm sorry, to Marcus.
Yeah, we're whispering.
Yeah, I don't know. We, healing people in the ward, altered history, so, you know...
I just
I'm
wondered
not sure.
if maybe we stopped something that was recorded, that's all.
None of this was recorded. The box wasn't recorded, but the deadwoods are still a problem.
Okay.
So, I don't know, to be honest.
Alright.
Mother never talked about healing pox in the ward. We never really dealt with that, other than people went into the deadwood and got sick. But never this that I recall.
Strange. Okay.
Right? Strange.
Well, Ariel's still here too, so she's not doing a Marty McFly.
What?
Yeah.
Also, we
Yeah.
should probably keep this to the other guy. We should probably keep this rather secret, if you will, just to make sure that nobody panics.
So, about your question about the alchemists, the guard captain goes, I can see if I can get a few of our alchemists to work late into the night with you, if you would be so kind to lend your knowledge, and maybe you can figure out what's going on. The administrator, now that he's almost fully healed, he's got some burns on him. He goes, I want to know where that fireball came from.
You and I both.
In the world, we'll never know.
Ever.
But focus on the crate first. Fireball second.
You don't understand. We could be under attack. Someone could be here setting us up.
If we were under attack, I would assume there would be a follow-up.
An assassin, maybe?
Besides which, those two humans were
maybe someone
very adamant about leaving the area, so that might have just come from the crate itself. Some sort of spell activated or some such. I don't know. I'm no expert.
That might have been the explosion they were talking about.
He seems very angry.
You have every right to be.
Yes, and he's like, the market's ruined, and now that you've looked around and everyone's kind of calmed down and whatnot, from the winds and the rain and the thunder wave,
for now,
the market is wrecked. There is hardly anything recognizable in this area other than a fire.
For now,
Just fire.
How was the market created in the first place? Did you have druids shape it, or did you build it?
We had the craftsmen build stalls,
They can build again, can't they?
and he goes, it seems that more wounds are being inflicted, and he looks at you when he says this, and he goes, the caretaker will only tolerate so much.
You have to have faith that this will be This is a dark day, but there will be better.
And as you guys are all talking and everything's going on, Tyr, you're still digressing
I'm
with
having a conversation.
Yes. The Treants are now walking with you.
Oh, wonderful.
They don't seem to be threatened by you in any way. Like they're just kind of like chill strolling. The will-o-wisps are not anywhere around you. Don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
But a couple of the guards that once they got the people pushed back to the living quarters and whatnot, and there are a decent amount of guards that you can kind of see through the trees that are kind of spread around and whatnot in the living quarters, because it's, like I said, there's all trees up in there and there's people dancing around. There is a stream of guards coming out of the high tree, and there are 4 elves approaching who are in very regal regalia. 2 males, 2 females, and as they walk, the ground glows.
Wow. At least they'll never trip.
And now with it being decently night, it's not dusk, it's not.
I just now thought of something else I wanted to say quickly. I don't know if I want to interject this though.
Oh, this is more of the kind of like a.
Okay.
Thing. You notice that the plants start to illuminate at night, and you have no problem seeing.
Yay, phosphorescence.
I was going to say, you did hear them say correctly that the box was going to explode, right? They said something was going to happen. What if that flash of fire was designed to happen?
He goes, but it's strange though. The fire came from the sky and not.
Maybe there was a rune inside the box that called a fireball down or something.
And he goes, the arcane is unknown to me. I do not know.
I really don't think we're under attack. I have to believe that was part of the design. They knew something was going to happen with the box. The box wouldn't just open itself.
God, you guys are so lucky at fireball. No idea. I was counting down. Like I was like, yep, keep talking. Keep talking.
Well, I'm trying to.
Yes.
I know I'm wrong, but I'm trying to rationalize with him.
Yeah, and no, like it's more of figuring out things.
I got a good charisma, so.
Yes. So, I need Ariel. Actually, no, all of you. All of you roll me an insight.
Including?
Yes. Because you're seeing this as
Not
well.
insightful.
Not bad.
Did anyone roll above 15?
Nope, I did.
No one?
Not
I got
I.
exactly 15.
Yes.
Oh, you were
24.
above. What'd you roll, darling? What'd you roll?
17 plus 7.
Oh, Jesus!
I rolled exactly.
24.
Okay. You two ding on a light bulb and go, hey, this bioluminescence thing kind of looks really familiar.
Like glowy plant lady.
Yes.
Hmm.
And you're like, wow, that's really... Oh. Oh!
And I'm just like, well, it's lighting up. That's cool.
Now, as this is going on, Tyr's still explaining to Lady, and I'll get to you in just a moment.
Yeah.
Torlock, a couple of alchemists now have come down after a guard went and got and fetched them, and they are more than willing to help solve this. Like, they are super gusto, let's do this. I just drank 300 milliliters of taurine, kind of, let's do this. Ariel,
We're working late for the night.
what would you like to do while this is going on? There's commotion and what?
I forgot that happened.
I am small. I have no arms. Wait, what? Oh god.
When Laura said she had no arms.
Gotcha.
I'm small. I have no arms.
Oh god. What
I
would you
would like to, once the administrator is calmed down, I would like to make my way to the ward to help there.
Okay.
I have very few spells left, but so be it.
Oh God.
That was from Last Wanderers.
Yes. That is what you'll probably do for the rest of the session, if you don't mind. Go up there and go to the ward and help those people out. Your mom will be helping you. Your dad is nowhere in sight.
Okay.
He's off doing his things. Marcus, what would you like to do?
I can cast Healing Word at various levels another 6
No,
times.
no.
Two at first, 2 at second. Well, 2 at first, 3 at second, 2 at third. So more than that. I can cast 2, 5, 7, 8.
Jesus. You and yours.
You want to borrow my spell slots too?
Yeah,
Sure.
seriously.
Because I only used
if you
Healing
wanna-
Word twice.
If you want to heal the
And 4th level Healing Word is like 4d4 plus 4.
Jesus. The administrator, he's a little banged up, but he'll
Actually, it's
live.
5.
He's got
Okay.
some burns and whatnot. The guard captain never got healed.
I'll give
So,
him-
but he did,
5, 9, 13, 22, and I can do 24d4 with the healing.
I'm gonna say if you want to blow all your spells just
Yeah.
for craps and giggles, you are able to heal the one guard that dodged.
On
and
average, I can do about 48 points of healing.
Yeah, and the guard captain, no problem. I'll just
Okay.
speed that up real quick. They are very thankful for
And
your help.
Each healing word is to the tune of a song.
Yeah, you could tell the guard captain was kind of faking it, but he's like, I got this.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just, who's next?
You are no Nazi.
Yes, they are very thankful for your help. The guard that got burned and dodged out of the way, he was still there, standing like, gotta do this. I'm hurting, but I'm good. But after you heal him and whatnot, they're gonna go make their way to the living quarters to make sure everything is settled there. The 4 people that have about 6 guards on each side of them, and they were making their way into the market. They're talking.
On magic.
Yeah, they are talking in Elvish
Oh, we still had Nat 20 we never used.
amongst themselves.
It's fair.
But since you're there, you can understand what they're saying. They're talking about how this is a disaster, what caused this, what will this mean for us? Do we still have enough harvests?
If people are getting a little panicky, I'm going to play a soothing song and speak in Elvish.
Okay.
I'm going to give my best. Things will get better. The winds will change. You can rebuild it. We have the technology.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
So I'll play a soothing tune on my lute, and I'm going to sing to them in Elvish words of. I sing about war, but I can also sing about nice things too.
Affirmation.
You have
Yeah.
pointy ears. You can hear for miles. Not roll me a performance.
20.
Oh my god.
I'm just,
25.
I don't know what happened, but for some reason your rolls are not jinxed tonight, and I'm kind of sad. But at the same time, you didn't cast sleep, so it's okay. As you're singing these songs, and whatnot, your voice and your tune is actually carrying into the living quarters, and it seems like the people that are kind of rabbly and agitated and whatnot, they're kind of somewhat listening and calming down, wanting to hear the words that you're saying. And the council that's over there, they actually, all of them give you a nod, like, thank you for doing this, but they don't say anything to you. And now that you're singing and playing the lute and whatnot, you can't really hear what they're talking about.
It's not my primary language, but I speak it, so
Gotcha.
I can sing in it.
Lastly, now that everyone's been settled except for Tyr, for Tyr,
And that's how we wound up over on the island with the lighthouse.
and she looks at you and, like, if there was a look of awe that was just like, are you BSing me? Kind of like, huh. What?
What Axel said.
That's not my brother.
He went in between Kid and Pop. Yes.
Oh, God, stop. Oh, no. She goes, that's
Unbelievable.
definitely more than a human's lifetime of stories.
And that was just in the past month.
In the past week.
Definitely have exciting tales to tell your children if you live long enough to have
Oh,
them.
do you think somebody would marry this ugly face?
Didn't have to have a marriage.
And she looks at you and she goes, have you seen a quilfay?
Ah, no.
If something could love that, then they can definitely love you.
Ah, thank you for your
There's
words of
hope for you yet.
Yeah. Hopefully she's blind. So, I understand if you don't believe me. But
And-
what this comes down to is our intent is peace, and our intent is to stop whatever we can so that when I go back home, I'm not going back to a gigantic crater in the world.
And she thinks about it and she goes, so your healer, she's from Silverstand.
You know, yeah, I saw her because I was up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know your one healer, the younger of the two?
If you're talking about Sorrel, yes.
That's her mom.
Sorrel. Sorrel? Sorrel?
Sario.
Sariel. Dang it.
That's her mom.
Well, I hope things here do not affect what happens in the future, or she will simply be gone, if that's how things work.
We're treading as carefully as we can.
she kind of looks at you, and she
Less
gives the
so
look of,
anymore.
I guess.
While we're treading carefully, we still have our lives to consider.
I understand it, but as I said before, my alliance, brain, allegiance, is to nature. It is to Silverstand. It is to the curing of the Dreadwoods.
I only give you this story to assuage your concerns.
She breathes heavily, and there has been much death today. You humans do not feel what would I would feel with nature's thing. She goes, there will be no rebirth.
There may be if we can figure out what happened.
And she just looks and she goes, I feel nothing from them. No remnants, no nothing. It was as if they were wiped from existence.
I understand, and that is exactly what we saw in our time, only it was magnified. And to be perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure I know who set this up.
And when you say that, her face, and she goes, give me the name.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No!
Not yet.
Prime water!
And she's like, it shall be done! Saltmarsh raid!
I cannot give you the name right now, only because I'm trying to give this person enough rope so he can hang himself. And then let the hammer fall.
And she goes, I will supply the vine.
Fair enough.
And she contemplates things for a minute, and she goes, to the south they're preparing for war. They, with my guidance, have been devising arrows in which, when a wound is inflicted, they would be put to sleep or their emotions calmed. And she goes, I only assist with not the loss of, or I only assist if there is no loss of life. Even though, and she says this with a bit of distaste again, races of humanoid intent. She's technically enough, so she's their intention is always of war, is always of greed, selfishness. They know nothing of nature and the balance. I will still prefer peace and no loss of life.
And this, folks, is why sleep is a terrible crime in Saltmarsh.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't ask for you to get your hands bloody. I only want you to be apprised of the situation and ask for your assistance where you can give it.
Roll me an insight.
10.
You have a slight knowledge. Wait a minute. You didn't say you want to kill anyone, but you just said you'd supply the vine. But now you don't. It seems like her moods are swinging heavily.
Yep.
Like something is causing her to go from rage to I need to calm down.
Yep.
She looks at you and she goes, I will speak to the council tonight on your behalf. You will have an answer in the morning. And she goes, usually they will hear my words if I'm in a, and she said a regrettable mood, as they would say.
Ha. In other words, don't get on your bad side.
And she goes, unless you want to be turned into a fae.
That might not be so bad.
And as you say that, she kind of looks over to a will-o'-the-wisp, and she's like, I'll remember that. She goes, no, there's always work to be done in nature.
Oh, that is a wonderful place.
Yes, and that is exactly where we're going to stop. So, that is Ghosts of Saltmarsh, episode 19/20/somewhere
Wherever we are.
along the lines. I keep forgetting what number it is. It's a lot.
Yep.
As always, thanks to Syrinscape for providing the music that we always have and do. Thank you for Legendcraft for sponsoring us. Soon I shall have a product that I will be unboxing live on stream. I have been told that I cannot unbox that unless I do it on stream, so I shall do it. It'll be hard. I can do it, I promise.
He's gonna peek.
I'm gonna just we'll have Tier take it away from here.
Yep. Thank you for that. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching us. There is, if you guys have not seen it in our Discord, there is a virtual con being run by the Greyhawk online community. Dragons in the Dining Room will be participating in that, running a game on October 2nd. We are also talking with DeluCon about doing a virtual con with them as well. That will be the third week of October, I think the weekend of the 19th or 16th or something like that. So keep your eyes open for that. More information on that. There is also in the works a surprise for Dragons in the Dining Room from Legendcraft that we will be receiving in September. Apparently they've got a brand new project that they'll be unveiling, and we're going to be able to do some play testing of it.
Ooh.
So lots of fun stuff there.
And of course he doesn't tell us.
Why would he?
I can't say anything because they haven't released it yet.
Sackface!
Once it goes public, then I can say more.
Can I roll to intimidate?
You can, but it doesn't work very well. You see my wife.
Dang it.
So yeah, thank you guys for that. And then let's find somebody to raid. If anybody's got a suggestion, I'm open.
Is Dungeon Meowster going?
I
don't
don't
think so.
have Dungeon Meowster as live.
Nope, I don't see it either.
ZNZ? Parallax?
Well, ZNZ's up. Parallax. He's not streaming all this week.
Oh.
Who's that?
Grouch
Yeah,
Couch
ZNZ
is
is
live. BNZ is live.
I wonder why. Oh, because I'm on the wrong one. I forgot to. Yeah, let's go hit Boost.
TT2KB is live.
Let's
Do you
go
know how
hit-
to raid from the console?
Slash.
/raid space and then Z and Z games.
the word and.
Yes, Z, the word
Is the
and.
game's capitalized or no?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
There we go.
Perfect.
Okay.
So yes.
See you
thank
guys.
We will see you guys on Saturday for Nerevus. Or tomorrow on here as we start a new game with the Heroes Approved group. And
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
The button that says leave now.
Yes.
And also in the stream too.
And there we go. Then hit 9.
9 Fräulein.